Hello everyone, welcome to the second JavaScript lesson. In the first one we talked about variables and data types, and in this one we're going to expand on that a little bit by talking about mathematical operators and the way we can work with number variables in JavaScript. So this will be a really quick lesson because the vast majority of this, well, looking at it, about half of it, is stuff you all already know, I'm sure. I'm just basically going to show you how JavaScript handles it, because a couple of these things, there's different ways to do it, and I'll show you both ways. So, starting with addition, we're going to let x equal 5, and let y equal 4. And you know what I'm actually going to do? For the sake of organization, I'm going to bump this up here. And we'll just use those two examples for all of this. So, what we can do is we can use our console log tool, and we can say x plus y. Easy enough. Look at that, we got a 9. That's if you just want to display a number, obviously. But we can actually assign let z equal x plus y, and then if we just console log z, once again we get 9. So we can actually assign new variables the sum or difference or product or any of the outcomes of these operators to a variable and then be able to work with it from there. What if we wanted to do x plus x? So we could do let x equal x plus x. Console log x. Oh, sorry. Didn't need to redeclare that. So x equals x plus x. So that's 10. That's right. But if we look at this line, that's not pleasant code to read because it's not inherently intuitive. In this example it might be, but if you're dealing with 500 or 1,000 or 10,000 lines of code, it might not be quite that simple. So to make it a little easier to read and a little more understood, what we can do is x plus equal x. And what that does is makes that 10. Now we can do this with y as well. We can do x plus equals y, and that gets 9. So what this is doing is get this variable plus this variable, and that's equal to the outcome, which will be assigned back to the original starting variable. So as you'll see, we can go down here and we can say let z equal x minus y, console log z, and I'm going to comment this out just so we don't, and we have 5. And we can do the same type of thing with this. We can go x minus equals y, and it'll do the same order, so that x equals x minus y. So then if we console log x, how did that not work? So I'm gonna, real quick, I need to comment this out. There we go. That's what the problem there was. It's because we were adding the two together up here and then we were just subtracting it back down here, so we were ending up with the original number up there. So now you can see x equals x minus y is 1, or we can go the proper route with good code etiquette and do x minus equals y still equals 1. So we can also do multiplication. It's going to work very similar. Let z equal x asterisk or star y, whatever you want to call that there. That's going to be our multiplication symbol in JavaScript. We can console log z. We have 20. We can do let x equal x times y. Oh, console log x, 20. Or, as we've been learning, we can do x star equal y, and we still get 20. Look at that. So this brings us to the principle that there's always multiple ways to do things when you're coding. I hesitate to say that there's a right and a wrong way, but there are preferred ways to do certain things, because you have to think about other people coming in and maintaining your code or updating the code, because a lot of things you work on very well could outlive you. So if other people are going to need to work on it, it needs to be clean, well documented, and easy to read so they know what's going on. So for division, we can let z equals x divided by y. Just a forward slash there. Do console log z. And we got 1.25. Look at that. Do x equals x divided by 3. Still get the same result. And then we can do x forward slash equals y, and we still get 1.25. So learning this method when you're starting out is really handy because it can just save you a lot of time from having to repeat code. So those I went through really quick because it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. All I really had to show you was the preferred and not preferred ways of writing that in JavaScript along with the symbols. But now we're going to start getting into some more coding type of operators. The first one is modulus. Now this will return the remainder of our division problem. So we now have x equals 10 and y is 4. So let me change that. Do y equals 3. So we're going to let z equal x percentage y, and that reads z equals x modulus y, or modulo, some people say that. And like I said, this returns the remainder. So what do you think that will be here for 10 divided by 3? If we run it, we get 1. So how do we get that? Well, we got 10 divided by 3. Well, 3 can go into 10 3 times, which would be 3, and then 6, and then 9. So 9 is the biggest number divisible by 3 that goes into 10. If we take 10 minus 9, we get our remainder of 1. And that remainder is what we're returning there. So we can do x equals x modulus y, console log x. We still get 1. We can do x percent equal y, and we still get 1. So that's modulus. Just remember, it's the remainder of a division problem. Like, it will perform division, but the answer that it's giving you back is not the answer to the division problem, it's the answer of what's left over that doesn't fit evenly into that problem. So increment, this one is real fun because you'll use this so much, this one in decrement, when you are looping through items. What it does, we'll say x equals x plus plus. And then we'll console log x. Sorry, it's not x equals. We don't have to assign it to a variable. This just works straight on the variable. It is x plus plus semicolon. And then with the console log x, you can see that we have 11. So what exactly is this doing? Well, if I show you another example where we do it again, now 12. We'll do it again. It's 13. It's incrementing by 1. That's all it's doing is just adding 1 to that total. So decrement, as you could have probably guessed, is the opposite of that. X minus minus, console log x, and we get 9. Same thing, if we do x minus minus twice, we get 8. We do it a third time, and we're down to 7. So those will, like I said, be used for control flow, and when you're looping through things, if you want to loop a certain number of times, you can either count up to the number of times you want to do, or you can count down from that number to 0, or anything in between, however you want to do that. But that'll be coming in really soon, because the control flow episode, video, whatever you want to call it, is going to be coming up pretty quickly. And last but not least is exponents in JavaScript. What we want to do here is we're going to skip the z. We're just going to do x equals, actually, you know what, we are going to use z, but that's just because I don't want to use any of the variables up there. We're going to say let z equal 2 star star 3. Console.log z. As you can see, we get 8 because this is for exponents. And so that's 2 raised to the third. Or, as you may have seen it before, oops, 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then 4 times this 2 is 8. If we do 2 raised to the 10th, get 10,024 kilobyte. So this is just a nice way you can do squared. Like 3 squared would be 3 raised to 2. 3 squared is 9. But these are your mathematical operators. These are how you will perform any type of math function you want. Well, no, I shouldn't say any type. Obviously, more complex mathematical formulas require more complex code, but ultimately it all breaks down to this and the way you can combine this and use it together. Not a terribly difficult concept to grasp. Like I said, you already know half of it, and now that you know the symbols for it, you probably should be good to go, honestly. That's why this is going to be a quick video. But I hope that, you know, you got something out of this. Maybe you learned something a little new with maybe the modulus or the exponents. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions for not necessarily coding, just anything tech related. I'm just looking for all types of video topics right now. So if you have any ideas, just leave it down below. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to stay up to date on my videos. Thank you for watching one final time, and I'll see you all in the next video.